Hi, I'm Aaron Goodwin, and you're watching The Search Existence Unknown.
Of course, the fact is, it is 152 years old. Finished it in 1859.
Yeah.
He was used as a hospital during the Civil War.
Oh, it was used for a hospital?
Yeah. And as a hiding spot. And this area was overrun very quickly by the Union Army in February of '62. And we had a lot of guerrilla activity. The railroads on the back of the property, so they were always attacking the trains and watching what was going on. So he let them use the house as a lookout and hide out. If they were wounded and made it back here, he'd try to take care of it. I think that explains a lot of our Civil War activity. The Union Army, of course, knew they were doing that, so they'd come looking for them, kick the doors in or whatever, and take over the house. I think that's where most of our paranormal activity comes from, is that time period. The entities that we have here, one of them, of course, is Mary Elizabeth, the little girl. She was 7, and she caught her dress on fire, laying in the fireplace in the basement, and it was fatal to her. That was 1950.
Alright, check it out. We're here at Octagon Hall. It's Memorial Weekend, and Billy showed us a couple grave sites here, and I think out of respect to the soldiers, to the slaves, and the people that lost their lives here, the little girl, we got some flowers. We're going to go ahead and show our condolences and then our respect. Well, we know for a fact where the angel is right here. That's hers. So, Mary, if you're still here, I wish you respect and love. These are for you. I hope you talk to us. Well, here's another weird thing right now. This is a personal experience. Both Pat and I had one just a minute ago. We was coming back down from the 3rd floor down here, the main floor, and I had my flashlight just watching where I was going down the steps. Anyway, so I thought I seen. Now here's the funny thing. I thought I seen a woman or a girl in that room and then ran back, and it startled me because that's not something that you're expecting to see. But then right after that, Pat had an experience in the room adjacent.
As we were walking in here, I heard a woman, and it was pretty loud to me. I was surprised that nobody else heard it, but I was the last one coming in here, and I was still in the hallway, and it sounded like a female. It almost sounded like talking. It sounded like an older female to me.
My name is Chris Maggard, and I'm on a personal mission to find the truth.
Hello?
I'm joined by my good friends Patrick Shields.
Did you just say something? Bullshit.
Jake Stock.
I feel like something's touching my neck.
What?
I feel like something's touching my neck.
And Rick White.
I got it right at this area right here where I stand.
Together, we explore claims of supernatural activity. No matter what we encounter, we will continue our search for the existence unknown. In Franklin County, Kentucky, sits an 8-sided home built by Andrew Jackson Caldwell in 1847. Later through the years, this home would see its fair share in tragedies. From the Civil War, a hospital, and attack by the Union. Also a place of freedom.
The fact is, it is 152 years old. Finished in 1859.
Yeah.
He was used as a hospital during the Civil War.
Oh, it was used for a hospital?
Yeah. And as a hiding spot. Mr. Caldwell, which his photo is right up there, had a brother that was a colonel in the Confederate Army. He's very pro-Confederate. And you can see he's pretty frail, so he apparently didn't go into the Army, but he did everything he could to help out. And this area was overrun very quickly by the Union Army in February of '62. And we had a lot of guerrilla activity. The railroads on the back of the property, so they were always attacking the trains and watching what was going on. So he let them use the house as a lookout and hide out. If they were wounded and made it back here, he'd try to take care of them. I think that explains a lot of our Civil War activity. The Union Army, of course, knew they were doing that, so they'd come looking for them, kick the doors in or whatever, and take over the house. So, yeah, there's a lot of that going on. I think that's where most of our paranormal activity comes from, is the two that died in the house that we know of, one of them was wounded in the foot. Where I don't know. But he made it to the house. They were treating him, and the Union Army came looking for him. They put him in the attic, and apparently the best guess is while he was up there waiting to try to get away, he took his boot off and it relieved the pressure on him. He bled out. And when they went to get him, he died. They found one on the front steps early in the morning. He made it that far. Wounds of some kind. Anyway, he didn't make it through the night. Whether he knocked on the door and they didn't hear him or whatever. You know. And there may be more. I mean, that's just two that we know of. And that was found in one of the granddaughter's journals that she remembered happening, you know. And like I said, there may be more that they didn't write down. The entities that we have here, one of them, of course, is Mary Elizabeth, the little girl. She seems to be our major one. She was 7 when she caught her dress on fire, laying in the fireplace in the basement, and it was fatal to her. That was in 1850.
Oh, God, so that was a painful death.
Oh, yeah. Well, more than likely she lingered for a few days. It probably wasn't immediate. She's always looking for Mommy. She's the one we hear saying Mommy over and over and over again. I guess we've got 24 EVPs for saying that from different groups, and that adds a lot of credence to me when they get the same voice from different people all over the country.
Now, the cemetery in the back, are there soldiers that are buried back there, or is there family?
Those two, we actually have 2 cemeteries. We have a small one which has a rock fence around it. That's family.
Okay.
That's Mary Elizabeth and her mother, and she died about the time the house was finished. We don't know exactly. And a little baby brother that was about 18 months old. Then there, just past that is actually the slave cemetery. It's a circle of all cypress trees. There's 17 slave graves just marked with rocks, you know. And then there's 2 Confederate soldiers, the ones I was telling you about a moment ago. They're buried outside the circle.
Well, we was thinking about when we find a store around here, get something, because this is Memorial Weekend.
Yeah.
And maybe some flowers or something, take them out to the site.
Well, you know, we just want to kind of get a feel of the place. And,
Yeah, we can walk through every bit of it.
Right.
This is the little girl's room. That's the ball I guess she was rolling around. This is the ball she was talking about rolling around.
So she likes to roll this around, huh?
Yeah. And sometimes when she's through with you, she'll shut the door too. We've had that happen a lot.
It needs to have also that door opens.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, you never know.
Right.
There's not a pattern, so it may pop open on its own. Yeah, this is the sick room where they treated all the soldiers.
Wow, I'm getting like a static charge
You feel it?
on my arm. Yeah.
Yeah. This room is heavy.
I'll let the camera run on that ball for a
I'm sorry to
minute.
say, just remember where it is too. It may not be there. We'll take you to the basement.
Need to show them all your antique stuff that have up there too.
Well, I think we bring in a lot of stuff. Yeah, go on in there.
Even for the people that just want to take a tour of the Octagon Hall, they can experience in a small museum of some of the weapons that were used in the Civil War.
Take a left.
Right here?
Yep. Yeah. And what I love about the house, it's 95% original.
That's where they hid the soldiers.
Yeah, here was their little hidey-ho. And I found this a couple years ago. Actually, it was solid brick. And I leaned against it. I was cleaning up in there. And I felt it give a little bit. What the heck? I got to looking, and this brick right in this area didn't have any mortar. It was just stacked in there. Now I had to build a frame to hold the
Look at that.
to hold the brick.
Little
but
cubby hole.
It goes up under the front porch. And apparently, what they would do, put them in there, and then just take the bricks and stack them back in, kind of camouflage it, and you had an effect of a solid brick wall until the.
Good to know that this guy's standing there.
Yeah, there's mannequins everywhere.
Oh, that's gonna be.
The tourists love it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the
That's awesome.
mannequin in the bed upstairs startled me from in there. I didn't expect that.
Oh, let me tell you, I forget about him being there. It'll
Yeah.
start me too. I'll be upstairs doing something. You know, have one right on my back. I'll be doing something.
Dude's missing a foot.
Yeah, he actually lost a foot. That's a recreation of one of their slaves that lost a foot out in the field, and he became their cobbler, and they fixed this room up for him as a place to work in the wintertime.
Wow,
To work
okay.
on saddles and shoes and stuff.
All right.
Yeah, they took care of their slaves, contrary to what the
So,
say.
these slaves weren't abused.
No.
Okay.
We think just by using EVP responses, we think we have a slave girl that hangs around under the stairway.
Okay.
That's her little place to hide, and she'll play with a ball here too.
Now, have you actually just sit here and just
Oh yeah,
by yourself and
Yeah.
get responses?
I get them all the time.
Do you?
Yeah.
You ever feel threatened?
Threatened? No. People have asked me, and I meant to show you while I was upstairs, what the scariest thing was. I don't really care to be here by myself at night. It's just one of those things, you know. You feel like they're behind you and all that, but it's not really threatening. But the photo upstairs of Mary Elizabeth's mom, we had gotten a little tintype. Someone had found it in a trunk over in Logan County where they were from, and had her name on the back of it, and they sent it to me, and I blew it up to a 16 by 20. And it's very rare to hear an audible, but I hung it on the wall. It was a Wednesday afternoon, nobody around, and I hung it on the wall and started out, and just about this loud, I heard a little girl say, "Mommy!" And I still get chills every time I do that.
No kidding.
And I look around, and I didn't panic, but I went out pretty quick. I took the stairs in about 3 or 4 steps. I'll be honest with you.
As Billy's explaining to us about his experience, Pat and I
And
have
they
our
heard
own
upstairs
experience.
just as loud, 4 footsteps, just clunk, 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 And he said, "There's somebody up there, And he got thinking we were out of the house. Maybe somebody did come in, So he went upstairs, and standing there in the landing part, he said he looked toward.
I felt something.
Yeah. They'll tug on your clothes.
Well, just heard a little noise right here.
Yeah.
And, okay.
Yeah, she'll tug on your clothes. But anyway, so he saw a figure standing, silhouetted. There's an ambient light in there, and he saw it.
I feel chilled.
And he said, "Okay, I see you. You're not supposed to be in the house. Get the hell out of here." He said, if you don't come, I'll come get you." Like that. He said all he saw was this black mass moving at him. He said, "I've never had a heart attack," but he said that was the closest I've ever felt to having one. He said, "I
I
went
had
down."
that happen to me once.
And he made it outside. He said he threw up, very nauseous. And he said, then I needed to go back into the house.
Was that?
Upstairs.
I thought that was you.
No,
There was a clunk upstairs.
there's some upstairs.
I just saw. You sure there's no one else here?
Not supposed to be. Unless somebody walked up.
No, I just saw a shadow like someone walked up here.
It's possible,
Well,
We would have heard that door. It's a heavy door.
Yeah.
no, I heard a noise and then I looked and I saw, like a shadow
Uh-huh.
casting on the door.
Yeah.
We didn't find nothing on the main floor that could explain what we witnessed, so we continue our tour with Billy outside.
I tell you, man, you can get the vibe here. You can almost feel. You can almost step back in time. You can feel it.
Billy showed us around on the property, showed us 2 different grave sites. The first grave site he showed us was with the little girl Mary and her mother. The second grave site had 14 slave markers. Also, there was 2 unmarked graves.
All right, check it out. We're here at the Octagon Hall. It's Memorial Weekend, and Billy showed us a couple grave sites here. And I think out of respect to the soldiers, to the slaves, and the people that lost their lives here, the little girl, we got some flowers. We're gonna go ahead and show our condolences and then our respect. So that's what we're gonna do. Drop these off to the little girl. What was her name, Mary?
Mary Elizabeth.
Well, we know for a fact where the angel is right here. That's hers. So, Mary, now if you're still here, I wish you respect and love. These are for you. I hope you talk to us tonight and kind of help us understand what things are going on where you're at.
If you would come out tonight and let us see you, that would be great.
It would be. So, go to the soldiers and the slaves back here. Two soldiers. One, of course, is Morgan Raiders. And then we have the slaves are buried here, and there's markers. So, this is for everybody. And this is to you, sir, both gentlemen. And this is to you, who actually, you were freed. Your people today are freed. This is out of respect for all of you. Thank you. And I hope your spirits are free. And if you're still here, I hope we can talk to you tonight.
I'd really like to meet you.
Yeah.
Maybe even thank you in person for the service that you did on this Memorial Day weekend.
Thank you. God bless. Man, I don't know about that.
If you can't tell, this is a rather large property. There's a lot of walking around, and we're actually going to be investigating the whole property. Outside, inside, see what we get. See if we can make contact.
Hey, how you guys doing? This is the interactive cam. We're at the Octagon Hall. We've already had a few experiences during the day. We did like a small daytime investigation to see the difference. Picture, I'd like to take a picture if you don't mind.
Mary, you in here?
So far, you know, we're almost finished setting up, and pretty historical location. So behind us, we have the DVR setup system down here, right there. We checked the solar flare activity. What was it, Pat? Wasn't too bad?
No, it was. It's in between. It's nothing. It's moderate. It's nothing. No spikes really. It's just...
Yeah, pretty mild. Again, if you guys see anything that we don't see, just email us at www.tspnorthernkentucky.com or hit us up on Twitter, and it's right here at the bottom of the screen, right there. All right, guys, so we'll check back in a few. Thanks. Okay, one more thing. There's a photograph on one of the walls down here that someone captured a shadow man, shadow figure down the basement. We'll show it to you. I'm going to actually try to recreate that picture because the way it looks, it's trick photography, and we're going to find out if it's a legit picture or if it's trick photography, which I think it's trick photography because I can do the same image. So we'll try it out, we'll see what happens, and then we'll show you what we come up with. All right, we'll get back with you later on this.
We set up our DVR system to keep an eye on 4 different points of the house. To the right, Mary Elizabeth's room, the outside slave quarters, and 2 in the basement. This leads up to something that happened a year ago when Rick visited this location.
So I'm going to set this up, and then I'm going to show you what we're going to try to recreate. All right, come this way. There's this picture. That's right here. All right, there's a shadow figure. The problem is with knowing trick photography, this piece right here, that's a tracer. That's a trail. This looks like the guy standing there taking a picture of himself with his camera, and that's his remote, his IR remote. The IR on the remote to his camera. So what I think he did, he set his camera in a different setting where his shutter stays open longer. And you notice it's in red. I don't know if he took the picture in red or did that in Photoshop. It's pixelated in some of the shots. So what we're going to try to do is recreate that. What I think he did, take a picture of himself, hit the shutter, and then ran, and then it gave a ghost image, which you can do very easily. I'm going to try it on this one Olympus, which might not work out too good, but we're going to try it. So we'll give it a try.
As you can see, this is the original picture. Now, is this a real image, or is it a recreation like we tried to do? As you can tell, the same door is in the background. Now, this is what we call an IR tracer from an IR remote for a camera, as if someone's running to the left. Here's our recreation to show you an IR tracer. Again, we're not saying this is faked or not, but this is almost one of those too good to be true. So is this real? Is it something that was recreated like we did here? We ask you as a viewer to make the choice. We do not know the truth. Only the photographer knows the truth.
Is there anybody here who wants to talk to us? It's me breathing.
I'll take this camera back upstairs.
Is this where you used to hide when the Union came? There any Union soldiers in here?
I'm going to try Rick's full spectrum camera down here.
Mary Elizabeth. You around, sweetheart? Any Confederate soldiers hiding in there?
So who's still here? Walking around this house? I don't know, man. I'm not feeling it down here.
Me neither. What was that tapping noise?
That's what I just heard.
I just heard it too.
Where did it come from?
Sounded like coming in that room right behind Pat.
Watch that blow on the floor. Somebody in here working? Hello? Mary? Where you at?
Can you come out and talk to us, sweetie?
Is that your mother on the wall over there in that picture?
It's me. Can you tell us what happened to you? There's 2 unmarked graves out in the cemetery. If those soldiers are here, can you tell us your name so we can put your name on those graves outside?
Well, as you can hear, the main road's not too far from the front of this house, so we hear a lot of traffic. Temperature has changed a little bit outside, so we expect to hear this house make some creaking sounds. because of the temperature change. Mary? Gotta try to remember these mannequins everywhere because they've already startled me a couple times. Yeah. It's creepy anyway. Hey Mary, you in here? I can't see you, so you gotta help us out a little bit. If you can move your ball or one of your toys or something so I know you're in here, that would be really cool. I mean, I'd really appreciate that. You want to say something? I'm going to try to get your picture if you are in here. So if you are in here, can you move that ball? Kick it over to me. It's hot in here, Mary.
Would you feel more comfortable if there wasn't so many people in your room?
And we got the soldiers here that lost their lives. I'm sorry about that. You got Rick, myself, Pat. That's what we're here for. We're reporters. Right, guys?
Yeah, I'm a reporter for the Herald Sun.
I'm here for the Herald, father.
So what?
You said son, I said father.
Fuck.
Come on, Mary, come out and talk to us.
Were any soldiers in here? Can you come out and talk to us? I don't know if you know this, but America made a day to celebrate our fallen soldiers.
Excuse me.
It's several days. One of them, which is Memorial Day, which is this weekend that we're in.
Yep.
Did you hear that?
Heard something.
That was out in the hallway.
Was that in the hallway?
I felt the vibration.
Up here?
Yeah, it felt like it was out there.
Hello?
Is that you getting up?
Yeah, it's kind of.
Did you say it?
Huh? That do what?
Oh, much.
Hello? Try that again. Turn off the camera. Someone in here or in the hallway?
If there are any fallen soldiers in here, I'd like to thank you. Thank you for what you did for this country and made it what it is today.
Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate it. Mary, any soldiers? It's me on the steps.
Talk to us.
Can you please talk? What the hell was that?
I don't know, it sounded like it was like right in front of me or something.
Sure.
What was it?
That just creeped me the hell out, dude.
What was it?
It sounded like a grunt.
Grunt or growl or?
Yeah.
I didn't hear it.
That kind of creeped me out a little bit.
Next you're going to see is a split screen of when we captured this growl type sound, which actually startled me. We realized through a review of our video and audio that it wasn't neither of us that made this sound. This leads up to the next series of events.
Can you please talk? The hell's that?
I don't know. It sounded like it was like right in front of me or something.
Sure.
What was it?
It just creeped me the hell out, dude.
What was it?
It sounded like a grunt.
Grunt or growl or? Can you please talk? Can you please talk? Hello?
This is where I get the EVP of it or something. It's the real gruff voices that's in the hall.
Well, what kind of voices?
A real gruffy, weird voice in the hall.
Growly sound?
Yes, it's in the hall. Sounds something like that.
Well, that's what Pat and I just heard at the same time. Who was that?
They got it right up this area right here where I stand.
Who was that?
I can't explain it. I wasn't moving.
I was just sitting there laying up against the post.
You hear that?
What are you hearing?
Walking or dragging?
No, I don't hear that. I don't hear nothing. It's about drinking.
Moving right now?
I'm.
You don't hear that?
No, I don't hear nothing, dude.
For real? Hold
For
on.
real.
Stop. I'm stopping this for a minute.
All right, here, hold up.
Here, listen to this. You guys said you weren't moving, right? Nobody was moving. Right?
Go ahead. Oh shit.
Listen.
Yeah, I can hear it clearly on here. Wow, Rick, you gotta hear this, man.
Holy
That night, Pat and I first heard a grunt or type of growl. The series of events after that took place was pretty, I don't know, how would you say it, Pat?
It's interesting. I mean, I heard it. I was the only one who heard it, and I kept asking everybody if they were moving, and nobody's moving. And once we looked at the DVR footage, you can see me and Rick are standing still, and my camera's on Chris, and he's not moving at all. You can see that as well. I kept hearing my recorder was picking up some type of bass, and you know, it sounded like some type of maybe walking. It had some type of rhythm to it, like it was walking some days.
All right, the thing is that you were using the Tascam, which actually records almost at infrasound.
Yeah, 20 hertz.
And I was actually using the WS600, which is made by Olympus. It goes down to, I do believe, 70 hertz only. The thing is that, like I said, these series of events that happened with these footsteps that you heard. After further reviewing the audio, and actually you came up with this idea what it sounded like.
You know, I was listening to it, I was amplifying the bass on it, and you know, it actually had a rhythm to it, like it could be drums. So what I did was, I listened to it several times, and I memorized the rhythm, and I went online and looked for it, and we looked for hours, and we came up with something that was actually very similar to the rhythm that we captured, and it was, believe it or not, it was called an execution drumline, which is what they used during the Civil War times for the marching to the execution.
Or that, or also they use the same type of drum beat pattern right before going to war.
Yes, and
in the Civil War.
Considering that the Union did invade the house and take over the house at one point, it's a strong possibility that they took any Confederate soldiers that were in there, and it's possible that they could have executed them. There's nothing documented about this.
The thing is that we try to figure out, because we're not saying this is paranormal. What we're saying is it's very interesting. We're getting to the point where we don't think anything's paranormal anymore. There's a lot of logical explanations, but to this, it's hard to explain. We try to recreate the sound of the footsteps. At first, like we said, and like you said, Pat, we dead said it was footsteps because it was just mind-blowing what we heard. Right. As a matter of fact, you did not wear your headphones after that.
I couldn't wear my headphones. Nobody else heard that, and it just blew my mind because this is the only time I've ever done that. I've been on a lot of investigations, and I've been able to keep my headphones on, and I could not keep them on. Every time I put them on, I just couldn't do it. It was a really weird feeling.
So what we're thinking here is possibly, could it be footsteps? Maybe. And could it be a drum beat sound? Possible. It's hard to say. We're not going to say it's one or the other, but what we can say is that it's very interesting and unexplainable. And this is where we leave it up to you as a viewer to come up with your own conclusions.
What we tried to recreate is louder. It's similar, but it's louder.
Right. And I did it with shoes on. Pat was upstairs. I was downstairs in the same type of old wooden brick house. And I walked lightly with shoes, and then I walked lightly with socks. And we'll actually throw that in there too, and let you guys hear the sound of the recreation. And then we'll play the actual EVP again for you, and then we'll play a drum line from the Civil War or Revolutionary War.
The execution drum line that sounds very similar to it. And we'll increase the bass, we'll enhance it so you can actually hear it a lot better. I mean, it's pretty, you can hear it.
We're not going to
moving. Right. It's just us three in the house.
Right. And we're not going to sit here and tweak the audio or anything like that. We're just going to bring up the volume a little bit and drop a little the background hiss, and so the sound of it comes out more, hence adding more bass. But other than that, we're not going to tweak the hell out of this. So
we usually don't.
No, we don't. So we leave this up to you guys. You can hit us up on our email and give us your point of view. We really appreciate it. So
tell us what you think, man.
Yeah, definitely.
It's interesting, and it's kind of boggling us. I mean, we don't know which side to really lean on. We all have our own sides to lean on, but your point of view would definitely be helpful.
Yeah, definitely. We thank you. So here it is, and then hit us up on our email and tell us what you think.
I got it right at this area right here where I was standing.
That was bad.
I can't explain it. I wasn't moving.
I was just sitting there leaning up against the post.
You hear that?
What do you hear?
Walking or dragging?
No, I don't hear that. I don't hear nothing.
Is anybody moving right now?
Mm-hmm.
I'm leaning against the wall.
You don't hear that?
No.
No, I don't hear nothing, dude.
For real? Hold on. You hear that?
What do you hear?
Walking or dragging?
No, I don't hear that. I don't hear nothing.
Is anybody moving right now?
Mm-hmm. I'm leaning against the wall.
You don't hear that?
No.
You hear that?
What do you hear?
Walking or dragging?
You don't hear that?
No.
2, 3.
First we showed you what an execution drumline sounded like. And now during this recreation attempt, we tried to see if it matched up with what we captured in audio. And it doesn't. In our opinion, it doesn't. So we're asking your opinion. What do you think?
Well, here's another weird thing right now. This is a personal experience. Both Pat and I had one just a minute ago. We was coming back down from the 3rd floor down here, the main floor. And I had my flashlight just watching where I was going down the steps. Flashed down the stairs in the room. So I thought I seen, now here's the funny thing. I thought I seen a woman or a girl in that room and then ran back. And it startled me because that's not something that you're expecting to see. Now granted, I'm very tired, so that could be a play on it. But then right after that, Pat had an experience in the room adjacent.
As we were walking in here, I heard a woman, and it was pretty loud to me. I was surprised that nobody else heard it, but I was the last one coming in here, and I was still in the hallway, and it sounded like a female.
So that's where we're at right now. A couple of personal experiences. We can't use it for anything or any proof, but it's pretty wild.
It's cool. Octagon Hall.
Octagon Hall. All right.
You gotta come here.
Yeah. Holy crap, man! You ain't gonna believe this. Check this out. All right, this door right here was held by that brick. Okay? We just walked away from this door. That brick's been moved and that door started closing on its own. Did you hear that? Holy dude. Crap. I'm about to shit myself. It was just like that.
How the hell did that happen?
Dude, you're asking me? The dynamics and the physics of it doesn't make sense. Alright, man, that does not make sense. Mary, did you do that? Or one of the soldiers? I can feel it in my face when that happened because I slowly turned around and I felt it in my face that, like, I probably was pale white.
Dude, I turned around too. I freaked out, man. I touched your back. I was like,
What? I'm serious, man. This is crazy. This is cool as hell, but
there's no reason for that to happen at all. I wish it figures. It always figures. The crazy happens when you don't have a camera on, man.
All right, it's 68 degrees outside right now, so we're looking good. All right, so what we're gonna do? We're gonna go outside and canvass the property right now, and then, watch our handhelds for us. Keep an eye out for anything else that we might not see.
Crazy.
Wow. So we'll talk to you in a little bit.
I can get it.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Wash the bench, man. Right in front of you. The reports of ghostly images of people, apparitions captured on the property. Image supposedly of a little girl running. And still works over a slave. Are you getting something right?
This is one with that. Might be another opening over there by the. That's that rock wall around that gravesite.
Yeah.
There's one with that dark thing was there.
After spending some time outside canvassing the area, we took a look at the barn, we checked out the slave quarters, we took a look at the slave kitchen. Didn't really find anything on video or audio. Too much contamination from natural elements. So we returned back into the house where Rick and Pat would go down in the basement, conduct an audio session as I monitored the DVR system.
Another camera right here. Where? Right here. Where? Right here. Number 6.
Sit down. Mary, are you down here? We know this is where you got your dress caught on fire. Do you know what happened to you? Can you come in here and talk with us? We won't hurt you. We just want to communicate. Is there any soldiers around here? No, that's not goes in. Oh, it out that way.
Right.
Do you know that the war is over?
I don't hear it anymore.
Was that you out there?
Hey, Rick,
Yeah.
you were back to say something after you said that?
Said what?
Is that you out there?
No.
I just heard a woman.
The strange thing is, when Pat and Rick were down in the basement, they heard a strange movement they couldn't explain. Right after that, I heard what sounded like a woman.
That wasn't.
No, that's not goes in. Oh, it out that way.
Right.
Do you know that the war is over?
It's coming towards us. I don't hear it anymore.
Was that you out there?
Hey, Rick,
Yeah.
you were back to say something after you said that?
Said what?
Is that you out there?
No.
That wasn't Chris
No, that's
upstairs.
not goes in. Oh, it out that way.
Right.
Was that you out there?
Hey, Rick,
Yeah.
You heard that right?
I heard something, yeah.
We can hear you out there. Is there anything you want to say? Is there anything you want to say? Can't say a freaking thing. Thank you. Good.
You want to try this area in here?
Yeah, we just walk around for a little bit,
We'll
bud.
just, huh?
We just walk around for a little bit.
Alright.
Try everything.
Mary, are you down here? What did they used to use this room for? Whoa.
What? What'd you say?
Damn it!
That scared, that fucking freaked me out, man.
No. I just seen a shadow though go across this bookcase. No, we didn't knock on nothing. Damn, Pat, I just seen a shadow go right across this bookcase. Right across that. It just shot across there, man. I don't think it was a car or anything.
No, it wasn't a car passing. Feels cool in here.
Yeah. Was that you that came across that bookshelf like that? Come on out and talk to us. Who was that that went by here?
It's quite a pump.
Oh, it is.
What was that?
I just did.
No, that was upstairs.
Oh, upstairs. Might have been Chris.
Oh, the radio head.
What was it, like a move or something?
Yeah, it sounded like it could have been metal or a chair. I just want to make sure.
Hey, did you just move up there?
Sounds like it's whatever it is, it's leading us upstairs, but let's head upstairs. This is us walking up the stairs. Now we heard some movement up here. Are you trying to tell us to come back up here? You want to talk?
What was that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's what I heard earlier, another knock.
I thought it come from upstairs.
I didn't hear that.
Came from upstairs again. Let's go back upstairs again. They might be leading us all the way upstairs for some reason. Let's go.
Barry, why don't you come out and sing us a song like you did last time?
We're up here.
Can you make a knocking noise like this? You ever did make a knocking noise for me.
Before we leave here tonight, we want to know and talk to you. Talk to Mary Elizabeth. What happened in this house?
The unexplainable experiences, from the door closing, sounds of footsteps below us, the sounds of a woman crying out. Octagon Hall, the 8-sided house in Franklin County, Kentucky, has wanting us to return.